Okay, well, welcome to the Chapman University information session on the Golden State Teacher Grant. So this recording is specifically for Chapman University students enrolled in our teacher education programs. What this information session is going to do is tell you about the program if you're not familiar with it, and then also give some updates between how the program ran for the last academic year, 2020, 2021, and how what is tentatively right now in the state 2021 budget, what we anticipate the grant to look like for the upcoming academic year, which is 2021, 2022. So we'll start with a just general overview. The Golden State Teacher Grant is a one-time grant of up to $20,000 to specifically support future teachers. So those enrolled in CTC, which is the California Commission on Teacher Credentialing, approved teacher programs. The grant itself is focused on high need fields, which is the specific areas teachers will be teaching in, and to help produce teachers for priority schools. We will define those terms in just a moment. So this overview is to cover what is currently proposed in the 2021 California state budget. What's covered in this information session is tentative, as the budget has not been signed, but this is what we anticipate will be contained in the grant program for the upcoming academic 2021-2022 year. So one of the things that are new to that this academic year is the previous academic year program in 2021-22 only covered special education students, so those earning special education credentials and those willing to teach in special education classrooms. So the upcoming academic year has expanded the fields and the teaching credentials covered by the grant. Okay, so one of the important things to know about the Golden State Teacher Grant is that it involves signing a teacher agreement. So what that means is that you will agree to teach in a high need field at a priority school 4 out of the 5 years once you complete your teacher credentialing program. So if you don't do that, if you sign that agreement and you don't do that, then you will have to repay the grant. So it's partial or in full. So it's for every year of those 4 years, you're required to teach in these fields, in these schools, you will have to pay 25% back of the grant. Also, the grant is first come, first serve. So we are anticipating with the expansion of fields, we are anticipating a high demand for these grants. So we are recommending that students apply for the grant if they are interested as soon as the application opens, which right now we're tentatively being told by the state that the application will open on July 1st, 2021. Okay, so who qualifies? Must be just enrolled in a CTC approved teacher prep program, and that is Chapman University. You need to stay enrolled, maintain good academic standing as defined by your program. And again, you must agree to the terms and sign that teaching agreement. So what is a high need field? So as you can see on this slide here, it is specifically the areas listed here, the bilingual education. So again, this is what is currently proposed in the state budget. So this is subject to change, but this is what we anticipate will be proposed for the 2021-2022 year. So that multiple subject instruction really covers your self-contained elementary and some middle school classrooms. And then that the STEM fields and special education and bilingual will also incorporate some single subject credentials as well. And what is a priority school? So it's a school with a 55% or more unduplicated pupil count is defined by the education code. And what unduplicated pupil means is it's one of the 3 things listed on this slide here. English learner, foster youth, eligible or free reduced lunch. And really what unduplicated pupil just means that any given student can be counted twice. If they are both a foster youth and English learner, they're only counted once. So the link here on this slide, and you will get a copy of these slides following the presentation, is a list of those priority schools. So again, what's important is that you must work in both a high need field and at a priority school. So the CTC website does list the qualifying list of schools, but we can say we believe this link as of right now has not been updated for the current qualifying schools. So it is important to check this link. It's also important to note that these are the schools that qualify under the education code of today. So if you sign this agreement, though, it would be a qualifying school when you get hired. So this list is something to consider, but it's also to understand that it is also subject to change, and it would be, we're anticipating it would be a qualifying school at the time you became employed by that school. So the next steps, if this is something that appeals to you in terms of agreeing to these teaching agreements, is to be enrolled in a qualifying program. So again, those are Chapman programs. Complete your application, and then throughout your program, maintain a good academic standing in that program. So really, what happens is these 4 steps we have listed on this slide here. That's the student's responsibility. And then once you have that completed application, the California Student Aid Commission will contact Chapman's financial aid and verify the list of people that they have completed application that say they're students at Chapman. And we verify that, yes, you're a student here. Yes, you're in a qualifying program. Yes, you have maintaining good academic standing. So that's what happens after on our end. So just as reminders, the Golden State Teacher Grant is a first come, first serve. So we are being tentatively told by the California Student Aid Commission, as of right now, they expect the upcoming academic year application to open on July 1st. It may open slightly before or after that. So what we recommend our students is that they be ready to complete that application. So maybe set up an account, take a look at the application, see what is required to complete the application. Maybe don't click submit as of yet, but be ready to do so. Our teacher education program, the Attallah College, will notify our students when we are aware that the application is open, but I wouldn't wait for us. I would really just keep checking back with that website and make sure that you have what you need. If this is a program that you are interested in, this grant, we suggest that you be ready to complete the application as soon as it opens. We do want, the FAFSA is required to be eligible for this grant. So I would, if you do not have one completed, we would suggest maybe you do that now in anticipation for this application being open on July 1st. Just as some additional information on this slide, these are active links. Again, you will get a copy of this presentation. The California Department of Education lists additional sources of financial aid that are specifically for future teachers. So you can go ahead and take a look at these lists, see what you may qualify for, what you were interested in applying for. And most of these do require FAFSA, and many of them are also open to DACA students. So that's the additional form listed here and linked to. So again, we recommend that you take a look at it and just determine for yourself if there's anything that you might qualify to help pay for your program here at Chapman. So for those of you that have any additional questions or follow-up questions, so my name is Cheryl Baltus. I am the Communications and Enrollment Manager here at Chapman University's Attallah College of Educational Studies. Zach Grayson, for all of our teacher education programs, is the administrative coordinator. So he can direct you to me or to any questions you might have. And these 2 websites here, the California Student Aid Commission and the Golden State Teacher Grant, they're really your go-to web pages with current information. So again, this presentation is based on what we know of the proposed state budget as of June 1st. Some of the details may be subject to change, and those are really the websites that are going to give you the most up-to-date information. So we recommend that you go there. So Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, if you have any questions, you're welcome to contact any of us. And thank you so much.